I keep forgetting they've got these little things on the side, but nonetheless, we got it squared away back for, hey, one of the biggest weeks of all horse racing, Terry. It is Kentucky Derby week.
It is.
You excited about that or not really?
No, I am. I love Derby Week. But my favorite, though, is a Breeders' Cup.
Well, I say all the time that Derby is for all the fans of horse racing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Breeders' Cup is for the horse players themselves.
Right.
Because you get about 30 million people, I think, who watch the Kentucky Derby, and about, I don't know, 5-6 million people or something like that watch the Breeders' Cups.
Right.
So I think it really does favor. Let's get that bag of money, the cheddar, yes. But indeed, we're going to have the Kentucky Derby wagering guide, Oaks wagering guide. We're also going to roll out the SmartSheets, we're calling it, for the Derby and the Oaks the entire day. All of that of our data, which again for today's show for Parx is available in the description on YouTube. Whilst you're watching us, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Hey, no matter where you are in the world today, let us know where you're watching from and if there's any horses that you like on any of the cards today. If you're looking for some free picks, well, the free picks today are available at Finger Lakes, day 2 of that beautiful part of the country, Terry. The track's okay, too. You were there, right?
Yeah, I did. It was nice.
All right. Well, Terry liked that track. I haven't been there. I drove by it. Didn't have time to stop in. All right, Terry. Well, we're here to do Parx today. And then tomorrow, we're off tomorrow, folks. Sorry. Back on Wednesday and Thursday to prep. So we'll be doing our best at Churchill Downs as we get ready for the Kentucky Derby and the Kentucky Oaks. Of course, on Foreign Friday, Tom and I will go through all of the international horses and then the new market, the guineas for Saturday and Sunday. So a huge weekend of racing, coast to coast, corner to corner on the globe, Terry.
Yep.
We're going to get it all started at the Mecca of horse racing in Philadelphia, Ben Salem, Pennsylvania, Parx for race 1.
All right. Well, race 1 is 1 mile and 16th, and it's an optional claiming race. It's $16,000 claiming price. If you elect to put your horse in there to possibly be claimed, the purse is $25,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for $16,000 or less, and which have never won 2 races, or a claiming price is $16,000, and which have never won 2 races.
Yes. In case you haven't caught that, they didn't win 2 races, Terry. But in order to get that one, you have to have some early speed. About 33% of the time, the horse that gets to the lead keeps the lead. The rail for Money Hungry stinks. 2 and 3, a little bit of a discount. 4 through 7, they're the best. 8 and out, a small bonus. So we're looking for some speed, Terry. It looks like particularly on the outside. We do our best to identify where the speed might come with 1,000 simulations to paint that picture, Terry. Well, go ahead and let us know which one's likely to get the lead early on.
Well, that 1 and that 7 show a similar speed number, so they could go head-to-head to that quarter pole.
Yes, indeed. And as far as the ability to get to par for this race, which we're looking at a speed figure of 84 being the average speed figure, Terry, any of them that can get that job done?
Well, yeah, in the past, the 5 and the 7 have equaled or exceeded the speed par number for today's race, and the 7 looks like it's got a pretty good number to do it again today, followed up by the 6 and then the 1.
Yeah, so this is our par plus number here. We look at 1,000 races and simulations. We look to see a projected speed figure and how many times that speed figure equaled or exceeded the 84 for today. And here, 472 times. Heat alert did actually alert the heat to do that. Got a couple horses here dropping in class, Terry. 3 of them moving up in class. The rest, the other 2 are flat. These up triangles show you horses that have better pace numbers early in the race, the middle of the race, or late in its last race. Over here, we're looking at horses that ran better fractions in the first quarter mile and then better fractions in the second quarter mile. So a couple horses showing some improvement right there, Terry. But if you're looking for jockey trainer combinations, where might you start?
Well, the 6 has the best jockey according to the data, and the 7 has the best trainer. But I think the 7 is the best jockey trainer combination
overall. And then our race shape here, Terry, shows most of the horses want to be middle back. Speed is the way that wins. So these horses here might have a good shot. You see most everybody middle back. That means, yes, speed. As far as which horses are likely to get what we call C-zone or comfortable trips, where we take a look at the early pace, match it up to the horse's best performances, and see how likely today's race will match their best outings. Terry, which horses are likely to get a very comfortable trip today?
Well, they all show some kind of a percentage except for the three, or I mean the six, but the three shows the best one. He looks like he'd be the most comfortable in this race, or she does.
Yeah, 75% of our simulations, that horse got a race that it liked. Our speed chart shows the high-end speed figure relative to everybody else and the low end relative to everybody else in this race. And then the red dot, the average performance. So if you kind of put that out like that there, you got a sense of if they run their average race, maybe the 2 horse in here might be the one to beat. And here, a couple of other keynotes. The 7 horse has a 7-point last race speed figure advantage. Our friend Andy Byer, not really our friend, but that gentleman mentions anytime it's 3 points or more, you got to keep an eye out on that horse. Late speed has definitely been the way the last couple of weeks at Parx. These horses will be coming the hardest at the end. Then our top 4 total pace horses, Terry, usually about 7 out of 10 winners come out of that group. Tell us your group in race number 1, and hopefully the winner is in that as well.
Well, I like the 7 Heat Alert. He finished in the money in his last 4 races, running second versus similar in the last race, only losing that race by a nose, and can handle the distance. Number 2, Not a Dime Back, finished second in his last race as a favorite, but he has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 31% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again, and he has a high percentage winning jockey as well. He's the 2 horse. The 5 is my third choice. He comes in from Laurel to try Parx Racing for the first time, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. I like the 6 as my long shot, Modern Era. He drops in class today and has a high percentage winning jockey. No bets for me in this race.
I start with the 7 horse, just like you, Terry. That one is Heat Alert, top last race speed figure, as we saw in our data smart sheets there. 7 points better than everybody else. 7 points for the 7. Private Ross, that has to be a crypto code for sure. I have the 8 horse. King Deebees is my next one. Big rush at the end of its last race. Should be better up in the second start after a layoff, and better in its second start at Parx. Not a Dime Back, that 2 horse. This one is the infamous track dropper, Terry, coming in from Gulfstream Park. Then finally, Money Hungry down on the rail. It stinks, but if speed comes back to form, then this one is the one that should be on the lead with all of its race internals better from start to finish in its last. We have $100. We call it Benny in the Bets. So I'm going to take my $100 and start with $10 and put it on the double 7 with 2 in race number 1. It looks like we have about 1 minute, Terry, before they go cooking. I know our good friend Don Johnson likes to see our picks for race number 2. You think we can race through number 2 real fast, Terry, or not?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so it's a 6 furlong race, and it's a claiming race, $7,500 claim price, purse $21,000 for fillies 3-year-olds or fillies and mares 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
Yes, early speed, 31% of the time it goes wire to wire. Rails best, 2 and 3 fair, 4 through a discount, 4 through 7 a discount, 8 and out. Well, let's just focus on the speed here, Terry. You want to take a look at the other data. Again, there is a link in the description down below. Who's going to get the lead?
Well, it looks like the 1 would, to me. He's going to get out there and get that quarter pole first, although the 2 might have something to say about it.
Yes, in our race shape, again, favor speed over here, Terry. 2 horse also with a 10-point top total pace advantage, about 2 lengths, 3-point speed figure edge. Real quick, Terry, who's going to win this race?
I like the 2. She won her last race at Parx Racing, has the highest last race speed rating, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 3, Breezer Dance, my second choice. Her early running style helps her chances, so the shorter distance will help. Then the 6, my third choice, drops in class. Her best start speed is fast among today's starters. Then the 5, Wild Girl, finished 3rd versus Tougher in the last race. I'm going to play the first. Don Johnson, pick 4, 2, 3, 5, 6 with the 3, 5, with the 1, 3, 4, 5, with the 1, 2, 7, $48 ticket.
I'm going to go with the 2 horse 2 in here, Terry, real quick. Imperio Azteca, top last race speed figure, 11-point total pace. The only other time the horse made it 2 starts in a row. Huge jump. Breezy Dance, lone class dropper. You got Paco Lone P horse, excuse me. Solid works between races. The 1, Treasure Piece. Speed on the strong rail. Needs a bounce back race, though. Sister Eve, better early pace in the last, little quicker fractions. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 5, 1, 3, 5, 7. And I'm going to put 30 to win on the 2 in race number 2. Don, with a 7 all daily double, if the 7 wins, no matter what, you win. So you got to like that. In race number 1 right now, you have the 3 horse with the 1, and then the 7 horse setting the tone. They ran okay. Yeah, but that's not Jessica Paquette talking, somebody else today. 24, a little under 24 and a half seconds in the opening quarter. As the 3 horse right now, Planet is your pace setter with the 1 horse down on the rail, the 7 to the outside in a good stalking position. The 5 down on the rail right now, the Ding Goat Ibayab. I have no idea how you pronounce that. I think the 7 jockey thinks he has some horse there, Terry, because he's either tiring to get out of the way, or he wants to know where the competition's coming from because he looked between his legs pretty early in there. So and he's still standing up on that horse. He hasn't really asked him to go yet. So I'm curious if he was just, he's looking between his legs again. So I don't know. I think he still thinks he's got a lot of horse. He's looking for other horses to come. The jockey has asked the 2 horse to go. He hasn't gone just yet. The 7 horse is still just trying to corral that guy. He's now finally asking him to run. Usually when you see a jockey looking between his legs early, and he just crossed over in front of the 2, so he might get DQ'd. We'll see. He's running up the track right now. Jockey can't get him to switch leads. Gets him to switch leads now, and he's going to go crash down into the 2 again as those 2 battle to the wire. It's going to be 7-2, but there's going to be an objection for sure. 7-2, I think 8-1. I think that's how it went. I don't know, Terry. Do you think he's going to get DQ'd or not?
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, I think he could too. That was he clearly couldn't get it to switch leads as that leg tired. And then, I don't know. I don't think it affected the outcome there personally, but I think there's a chance they could get DQ'd.
Well, I hope he doesn't for Don Johnson's sake.
Yes, indeed. I wholeheartedly agree with you, Terry. Race number 3. Well, they don't really DQ. I mean, there wasn't any contact, so that was a positive.
Yeah.
And then he was clear, and the horse had a chance to move. I don't think it necessarily impacted the outcome of the race, which would be because the 7 was clearly the better horse.
Yeah, the 2 didn't have to pull up at all when he crossed in front of him. He didn't have to pull
great stride, right?
Yeah, just kept going.
Now, I think, Don, what happened there, you're right, he didn't need to do that, but what happens is the jockeys tried to get him to switch leads. So as they go around the turn, right, they want him to lead with the right, so it helps them take the turns tighter. And as they come out of the turn, they want it to switch to the other lead. And when they don't, so when that right leg tires, the left leg is pushing, and it pushes the horse up the track. And I think that's what happened. And then he finally got him to switch leads. And when the left leg kicked in, you saw the horse then pull down, right, towards the rail again. He had to straighten him out. So I think it was just a matter of the horse not switching leads on time. Race 3, Terry, we're going to do this one. 1 trip around the track. What's it all about?
It's a 1 mile race, claiming race, $5,000 claiming price, purse $18,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since October 28th.
I think the one good thing about that, Terry, is that if the 2 horse had gotten beaten by something along the way, then I think he gets DQ. But I don't think it changed the position of how that race would have ended. So 1 mile on the track, Terry, 1 trip around does favor early speed. 39% of the time, a horse that goes wire to wire is your winner. Well, that's usually what happens when you go wire to wire. There's a rail discount from Motown Annie. 2 through 7, a small bonus. 8 and out, get a discount. Terry, take it away on who's going to have the lead in race number 3.
Well, there's 2 horses that have really close, similar data as far as the speed. The 1 and the 5, they could go head-to-head that quarter pole.
As far as horses that have a great chance to get to the par race, Terry, those that have proven they can do it, number many in this race.
Yeah, lots of them have done that. Actually, let's see. I'm in the 3rd race. Not all but the 4 have done it, and of course the 5 is a maybe.
Yes, meaning he was within 1 point. The maybe 1 Means within 1 point of par last time out. So that's a 75 there. So that's horses run as much as a 74 speed figure in there. As far as the horses that have a chance to do it again, it looks like all of the yeses got a chance to do it again. Even the no is in that mix.
Yeah, that maybe is the only one that doesn't show any data that can, but you can look there. They're all pretty close to be able to do that, equal or exceed that par speed number.
Yeah, and the one horse here, Motown Annie, better pace from the beginning to the middle to the end and better fractions. That's usually a pretty good sign. Better pace across the board, too, for the 5 horse, Tomer. You got the 2, the 4, and the 5 dropping in class, and the 2 and the 5 being the biggest class droppers, Terry. Got a horse that's all green on the trainer jockey combination.
Yeah, that's the 3. It's got the best jockey trainer combination for this race as far as I'm concerned.
And then we look at the race shape, no pilot or co-pilot pilot type. So we have a co-pilot. PCs are versatile. They can be anywhere. Closers. And then the 6 horse not within 5 lengths of the winner in recent races. So if we look at that, Terry, that usually favors speed in here. It's a clump race. Who's likely to get the most of this clump race based upon our comfort zone scores?
Well, it looks like to me the 3 is probably going to be the most comfortable riding in here, followed up by that 1.
Yes, the 2 horses that could maybe be out front. The 1 horse in there indeed. Motown Annie, also a 3-point last race speed figure edge. Again, Andrew Byers, just take a look at that. Speed did hold up there, but if closers do pop in, you got the 4, the 2, and the 3. They got a pretty good edge over the rest of the field closing-wise. The inside 4 horses, Terry, 1, 2, 3, 4, the top 4 total pace. Who are your top 4 picks for race number 3?
Well, I like the 3, Megan's Knoll. She should improve by returning to dirt. She has a high percentage winning trainer and switches a high percentage winning jockey. Tamara, the 5, is my second choice. She likes Parx Racing, finishing the money 44% of the time, winning 17% of the starts. The distance won't cause any problems. Been in the money 58% of the time, winning 19% of those. And the 6, Color Crush, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, my 3rd choice. My 4th choice, which is my long shot, Miss Chalamita. Anyway, she has won 26% of her starts at Parx Racing. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 21% of the claiming races that has a horse running in, and she has a high percentage winning jockey.
For me in race 3, I am going to start off with the 2 horse, Miss Shamita. Last race, better than it looks. That horse ran faster by about 5 seconds. I don't know that I've seen that too many times. Megan's Knoll, the 3 horse, is the morning line favorite. It's also the simulation favorite. It's also a horse that's coming in from a turfway. Ordinarily, I would circle that as a track dropper, but not 100% on that because the horse also ran at Belterra. And I feel like Parx is an upgrade over Belterra, but turfway is a little bit of an upgrade over Parx, but probably not much. Motown Annie, the 1 horse, top last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. Go back to Andrew Byer. That's the middle. That's the only horse that had better fractions and better pace from beginning to end of its last start. And then the 5 horse, Tomer, that's likely to be your pace setter. Better pace from start to finish in its last. No additional bets for me. I should point out in race number 2, with my pick 4, I also put $30 to win on the 2 horse. So I'm spending all of my money fast. Terry.
Oh, is there? Okay.
What happened?
I was looking down here. I got confused with the race 3.
So we're on race 4 now. What's that one going to be? So we're no confusion. We're on 4.
Okay, we're going to shorten up to 5.5 furlongs. It's a claiming race, $12,500 claiming price, purse $23,000 for 3-year-olds and or 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races, and they did not disqualify the 7 in that first race.
Yes, indeed, official. And the 7 paid $640 to win, not bad. The 7-2 that exacted $19.20. That's actually pretty good. They were the 2 favorites, right?
Yeah, it's very nice.
And then the 8 horse, King Davies, finished 3rd. That trifecta, $21.85. The superfecta with the 1 for 10 cents, $16.67. Man, not bad for a dime, right?
It's very good.
So for 5.5 furlongs in race number 4, we are on the lookout for crypto codes, of course, from our good friend Private Ross. But as far as a profile of a winner in race number 4, our intent is to find a horse with early speed, 42% of the time, get the lead at the quarter mile marker, have the lead at the 5.5 and finish line marker. Big time rail bonus for insisting. 2 through 7, they're fair. 4 through 7, a discount. 8 and out, it's a little bit better than par in here, Terry. Well, speed wins 4 out of 10 races in the 4th horse race. Do we have anybody that's got a real good early speed advantage?
Yeah, the 5 does. 5 has double the data that any of the other horses have. So as long as the 5 gets a good clean break and the jockey makes the right decisions, it's going to get to the quarter pole first.
Well, it depends on which one wins for you in the next race, Don. I have the $10 double in there. I get $110 back if that pays. Maybe if that one doesn't win, let's go with the longest shot on the board then coming in and getting a big profit for our good friend Don. So yeah, that 5 horse, a ton of speed, also a 4-point last race speed figure advantage, Terry, in there. That's also, when you look at it, the only one that's kind of come close to par.
That's right. It came within 2 points in its last race of either equaling or exceeding the speed par number. And then all 1 and 4 and 5 all show that they could do that in today's race, and the 5 has the best data number.
Yeah, and we see here the 5 also better. It improved in the beginning, the middle, the end, and was faster last time out. The 3 horse, amazing. Woo! That one was better early with better fractions. And then the 4 horse, Carnaberry, better pace, but not necessarily better fractions. You have 3 horses moving up in class, 2 that are staying the same. The 4 horse taking pretty big step up, 2.5 lengths. That's a pretty good step up in class there, Terry. Perhaps the trainer knows what he's doing, one of the top-rated trainers on that horse.
Yeah, he's got the best numbers as far as trainer, and the 3 has the best numbers for jockey. But I think the best combination is the 3 of trainer and jockey.
Our race shape here is a little bit different than all of the others we've seen so far. Most of the horses want to be middle forward. That could favor horses that are going to close, Terry. But one good thing for the 5 horse, with all of that speed, it also has the only comfort zone score over 50.
It sure did. So it's going to be pretty comfortable running in this race, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's probably the case too. But if you are looking for a closer, the lone closer, the 3 and the 4 that won't be up on that pressing that lead, Terry, they're going to be the ones that are closing the hardest. Pretty good advantage over the rest. Our top 4 should produce the winner here, Terry, because there's only 5 horses in this race. Again, Stephen Fielder, who wins a lot of contests, says that, hey, in 5 horse races, you take the horse with the longest odds. Tough to tell based upon this who will be that horse, but we know who your winning pick will be, Terry.
That's right. And I want to welcome Jose to the show today too, from Argentina, I believe. But I like the 3 Amazing Woo. He finished 3rd in his last race. His early running speed style will help his chances. So this shorter distance today will be a help. He has a trainer wins 19% of the sprint races. He has a horse running in and a high percentage winning jockey. I like the 5 Stay Funny. Ran 2nd in his last race. His best dirt speed is fast among today's starters. He has a high percentage winning, highest last race speed rating. And then the 4 is my third one, his last race at Parx Racing. And he has a high percentage winning trainer. I like the 1 as my long shot, insisting. He has a high percentage winning trainer, and the rail post is winning 26% clip. I'm going to bet the 2nd, Don Johnson, Miami Vice, pick 4, 1, 3, 4, 5, with the 1, 2, 7, with the 1, 3, 5, 9, with the 2, 3. That's a $48 ticket.
I'm going to start with the 5, Stay Funny. This guy's going to be on the lead, Terry. Better across the board with its pace. Better fractions, top last race, speed figure. Number 1, Insisting. This guy runs on that strong rail, Terry, coming in from Gulfstream Park. That is, for sure, the track dropper. The 4 horse, Carnaby. That one had a very easy win. Getting the maiden score last time out. Usually not a big fan of the horses that break their maiden in like the 4th or 5th try, but did not run the top last race speed figure. That designation went to the 5. But if he runs the same result, race could get the same result, and a 10-pound weight break should be useful. And then Amazing Woo! That one, Terry, had better early pace and in the money, 10 of 11 races on a fast track. And guess what today's listing is?
It's a fast track.
Yeah, so pretty strong chance at that one. Crypto codes race 4, the 5, Stay Funny, and the 2. Well, there is no 2 today, so maybe you meant the 3. The 2 is, I believe, scratched, Terry.
It is, yes.
I'm going to go with a pick 4, 1, 5 with the 1, 3, 5, 7. with the 135, with the 3469, another $48 ticket, and another 30 to win on the 5-horse. A little different today. Last week, Terry, I know you hit your best bet as we closed out the show last Thursday.
Yep.
And I had, I think, 5 trifectas that I put out there, and I think 4 of them actually won. So we both had profitable days with our projected wagers in there. So that hopefully translates today. But I decided to just go with some win bets today. Take my advice. Don't listen to me. Neil P. Young or Neil Y. P. Young. Race number 5, Terry, is the where's race 5? This race 4. All right. So I got all that backwards. Race 5 is the end of the first half of the card at Parx today. 10 races. No stealing on Mondays, Terry. Not allowed. Just when we do Keeneland. But Keeneland's close, so it'll be Churchill. Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, Tom and I will go over the international horses and the Guineas races on Saturday and Sunday at Newmarket. Huge weekend of racing across the globe. Terry, you really don't want to miss any of that. And there's a pretty simple way to make sure that you're always involved. And if you're not watching, you aren't winning. So to make sure you win, you do what, Terry?
You have to Jesus Christ. I'm sorry.
Well, he can probably help us too.
You have
you got to be careful with that blasphemy, Terry.
Yeah, I know.
Get struck down.
You have to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that little bell so that you're notified about these programs. And go ahead and copy the link at the bottom and share with your friends, relatives, neighbors, so you can come and take a look at us. Go to our social sites like X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like, and keep the comments and the picks coming during the show. We enjoy to see them, and they really help us out a lot.
Yes, indeed. So what's the 5th race all about, Terry? And let's make an appointment for confession for you now.
Yeah, we should, I guess. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, it's a 5.5 furlongs, maiden claiming race, $15,000. It's a purse of $19,000 for maidens 3-year-olds.
Yes, 5.5 furlongs. We're looking for horses again that can get out of the gates and get going. We talked about in race 4, 42% of the time, gate to wire. So you do pass the finish line, you do pass go, you do collect the money, you get a nice smiley picture with all your friends in the winner's circle. It's a big rail bonus for Sir Rob Roy. 2 and 3 play fair, 4 through 7 a discount, 8 and out, a little bit better than fair in here, Terry. So a lot of these horses, Terry, they're making some early starts in their career, so the data is not as complete. But still, most horses win going wire to wire in their debut, or at least being close to the front when they get that maiden score. So who's going to be the closest to who's going to win? Everybody's going to have to pass at some point.
That number 5 is going to break out that gate and get to that quarter pole first, and that's what I believe.
Yeah, that's the way the numbers point out too, right? So it looks like it's going to get there. So far, none of them have been able to score a race that's equal to 71 on the speed gun there, Terry, but a few of them have come close.
Yeah, the 1, 2, 3, and 7 have got within 2 to 5 points of making that happen. And then, excuse me, the 2 has the best chance, according to the data, followed up by the 7, 5, and 1 of doing it during today's race.
Yeah, it looks like most of them probably don't have a chance to do it again today. But hey, if you're looking for horses on the improve, a lot of them with green arrows here, plenty of them with faster fractions. Class droppers usually do well. You got the 1 and the 3 taking pretty good size drops in class here today relative to what they ran against last time out. Terry, getting in good position, having good chalky. Okay. Is that like trainer and jockey put together, or chalky? Let's call it. It's the chalky combination, Terry. Who's got it?
Well, appears to me to be the 7, even though the 4 shows better jockey data. But I think the 7's the best combination of jockey and trainer.
Yes, the chalky. So here we look, the 2 and 7, they want to show some speed. 1, 3, 4, 5, and 8, all of them, Terry, not within 5 lengths of the winner. So maybe just take the 2 or the 7, call it a day, because these guys don't look like they really want to race. But if that's the case, Terry, which one of these horses are going to get a good trip according to the C-zones?
Well, if you take a look there, the 8 shows like it's going to be the most comfortable, followed up by that 2.
So the 7 not in that mix, even though he's a part of a lot of the story here. You got a pretty strong sim favorite here with the 1 horse, Terry. Looks like a pretty nice overlay there. Any others?
Yeah, the 2 has an overlay from 7-2 to 10-1, and the 4's got a nice overlay from 4-1 to 10-1.
If you're looking for the late speed, Terry, again, 1, 3, and 7, a pretty good drop. After that, about 4 points, so almost one length. And then your top total pace horses, Terry, right in here. Although the 1 and the 7 have about a 5-point lead over the rest of them. So maybe the Sim fave, maybe the Morning Line fave. Who's your favorite?
Well, I like the 7, Light My Way. He ran second versus similar in his last race. Best start speed as fast as among today's starters. He's actually tied with another horse, and he has a high percentage winning. Turner wins 26% of the races when using first-time Lasix. Sir Rob Roy, the front one, is my second choice, finished third versus Tupper in his last race. The rail post went in 26% clip. He drops in class today, and blinkers are added. And then I like the 2 as my third choice. His early speed running style helps his chances, so this shorter distance will be a plus. And then the 3 is my long shot. His best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. He's actually tied with the 7, so no additional bets for me here.
Yeah, I'm going to try to take advantage of that big-time rail bonus with Sir Rob Roy. It's also the simulation favorite, but if not, the 7 horse. Light My Way, those 2 horses on the top there, just missed by a neck at this level in its last race. I think getting a shot in the butt that first time Lasix is probably going to be helpful for that guy. Number 3, Gunman Javo, third on my list. Track dropper Terry, and also the biggest class dropper in the field. And then finally, Stillwater Moon. I don't think you can get past that horse's huge early race advantage over the rest, especially since it's another one that's going to get a shot of Lasix today. And it's only its 3rd career start. I was really thinking about putting this one perhaps on top because in only the 3rd career start might have the most untapped potential, particularly getting that dose of Lasix. I don't think it is a bad advice, to be honest with you, Private Ross, because I've seen a lot of times in 5 horses races, and maybe it's, what is that effect called? Like when you buy a red car and then you notice all the other red cars around you, you never noticed it before.
I don't know what it's called, but I do know what you're talking about.
So since Stevens brought that up in our past shows, and you can watch any of them, our Players Edge podcast or our Horse Center shows where we interviewed a lot of the key players in the business. And they shared a lot of great information with us. And hopefully someday, if everybody subscribes and we get to 10,000 users and our SmartSheets, that's what we're going to call them, are successful, we have enough money where we can actually hire some pretty people, not Terry and I, to interview folks, that would be fantastic. We go back to Horse Center and far more and fuller programming, which is the goal someday. We start the second half of the card in race number 6, Terry. What are we starting with?
We're going to stretch out to 1 mile and 70 yards, claiming race, $7,500 claiming price, purse $21,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 4 races.
Those are horses that have shown they know where the winner's circle is, Terry. And to find that winner's circle again, early speed, nothing new. 35% of the time, the horse that wins the race to the quarter-mile marker is also going to win the race to the winner's circle. Inside to out is the best way to go. So in race number 6, Terry, if we have a little bit of inside speed with the 1, the 2, or the 3, they might have the biggest advantage overall, but it's a Buffalo Girl that they'll all be after.
Yeah, that's right. That 8 outside horse, the 8, at least she's next to the outside horse, should get to the quarter pole first.
Yes, and it looks like if you're looking for horses that can hit par, you have plenty of choices.
That's right. They've all done it except for the 5, but the 5 did come with a maybe within 3 points of either equaling or exceeding the par plus speed number, and all of them show that they can do it again today, except for that 9.
Yeah, except for the 9 horse. But you never know, right? It's horse racing.
Yep.
So in a race that looks like just about anybody can win, right? That's what the par numbers are telling us, the par plus as well. Probably best to try to find some value. Who do you got there that might have a little bit of value for people, be on sale?
Well, the 1 has a small amount of value from 4-1 to 5-1, and the 3 has some value from 3-1 to 5-1, and that's about it.
Surprisingly. So if you just look at these odds, Terry, it looks like it's a pretty wide open race. If you're looking for some improvement, a few of them showed improvement, only 1 with a little bit quicker fractions. You have 3, 4, 5 horses that are going to stay in class. 3 horses that are dropping in class, only 1 that's moving up in class. Perhaps finding the right combination, the Trocky combination. Who's that?
It should be the 5, as far as I'm concerned, although the 3 does have a better trainer as far as the data goes.
Yeah, and that 0 Par Plus guy got some pretty good jockey trainer combination there as well.
Yeah.
Race shape, kind of everybody should get a good race right where they want to be, it looks like, because it's pretty good distribution from front to back, although maybe a little bit weighted towards horses that want to come from off the pace. Usually in our C-zone, Terry, we're looking for a score of 50% or better, meaning in 50% of our simulations, the horses did get a trip that matches their best performances. And we got 3 of them that crossed that 50% threshold.
That's right. That 6, 8, and 9 all did that. And all of them show some kind of a C-zone percentage except for the 2.
We look here, too. There's 1 horse's average race along with the 4 horse, Terry. They cut across the top of the best performances for most horses, although the 3 showing the most upside in the race. So maybe the 1, 4, or 3, just from an average race perspective, are worth looking at. Not coincidentally, 3 of those 4 horses in the top simulation odds, and only 1 of them not being in our top 4 total pace. Who are your top 4 picks for race number 6?
I like the 9, Dancer Denny. Denny. He has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 35% of the races in the second race after claiming a horse, has a highest speed figure at today's distance. Their speed is fast among today's starters, and he switches to high percentage winning jockey. And then I like the 5, should have been gone. He switches to high percentage jockey, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and a bullet workout on April 23rd at 4 furlongs. Number 3, Hardy Choice. His early speed running style will help his chances. So the shorter distance will be a plus, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Run Corey Run the 1. He likes Parx Racing, been in the race money 67% of the time, won 22% of the starts. He likes the distance, been in the money 88% of the time, and won 25% of the starts. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to start with the 1 horse is my selection. I'm going to go with Run Corey Run. As my good friend from Wales, Ben, I've just met recently. Nice, great guy. This would be the proper distance. In the money, 7 out of 8, and likes that strong rail. The 5 horse should have been gone, coming off the bench with a hot workout, Terry. Hopefully he didn't leave it on the practice track. Hardy Choice, the 3 horse, is my Hardy Choice for the 3rd pick, just like you. Simulation favorite, top Par Plus horse in the race. That's wide open, too. And a dynamic Trocky combination of Jamie Ness, Frankie Pennington in the classic 3rd start after a layoff. Number 3 in the 3rd start after a layoff. Come on, Private Ross. That's got to be a cryptic code. And then your top choice in there, Dance a Denny, most back class, Terry. And this guy will definitely be putting him up and putting him down at the end of the race. No additional bets for me. Looks like we have a minute or so before race number 2 gets started, with the 2 horse right now being your 4 to 5 favorite in there, Terry. So if you're looking for some value in race, I would go to race number 7, Terry, but it is your best bet. So I don't want to make sure we give it the air it needs to breathe. Right, Terry?
Yeah, that's true.
So there you go. Stay tuned. Coming up pretty soon. Make sure you don't miss our show on Wednesday or Thursday at Churchill Downs, or Friday when Tom and I go about highlighting the international flavor that will be in Louisville, Kentucky for the Oaks on Friday and the Derby card on Saturday. Of course, that guaranteed tip sheet. We will have our wagering guide. All of our picks will be available as well. And we're also going to post our SmartSheets. It is all of the data that you see on this show for every race this weekend. Well, not this weekend, just Friday and Saturday at Churchill Downs. If you want to get any of that, you have to go over to Guaranteed Tip Sheet. You have to subscribe. There will be a link, and there is a link in the description, so you can get today's free picks over at Finger Lakes. Beautiful part of the state of New York. If you haven't been there, head on over there. I'm sure you'll love it. Of course, when the show is over, head over to horseracingtoday.net. Right there in the middle, we will post all of a replay of the show, all of our comments. You just click on that link. You'll see the race replay right there. It'll also be timestamped. So you can come back and watch every race at your leisure. And then after you make a lot of money today, click on that HRT gear right there. Come on over here, support the show. Last day, Terry, 20% off everything. And I think you would look great in a See You in the Winner Circle t-shirt. Probably not as good as her, but nonetheless, you'll look better than you mostly have. All right,
That's
Terry.
great.
How are they doing for race number 2?
Well, I'm going to tell you that at Finger Lakes, the top pick at the guaranteed tip sheet won the race. Paid
And that's
$5.
a maiden special weight, 7 Mambagagi.
That's right.
Yeah, did he pay anything or no? Was that 3-1 morning line?
$5.30. That's not bad.
No, I mean for a top pick, right? And he wasn't the morning line favorite in there either. So hopefully we got some more winners for the rest of the day there. All right, so let's see what's going about in race number 2. The gates open and the horses get flying. The 2-horse he's got out there to a pretty easy lead, I think, Terry. I hope that Michael Sanchez, who's a pretty good jockey, is not over. I don't really like it when a horse is out on the lead by itself, to be honest with you. I know it's 6 furlongs by more than a length. I always feel like they're overworking the horse when they do that. Why not just be a half a length lead or something along those lines? The 1-horse is in the tracking position down on the rail. To the outside, the 3-horse, which is one of the favorites. Opening quarter in about 23 seconds. So for 6 furlongs, not the fastest fractions at Parx. Michael Sanchez should have a shot to close this race out at 8-5. Down around the bend he goes. The 1-horse is giving chase. Michael has not asked the 2-horse to go. The jockey on the 1-horse has asked him to go. Michael did look between the legs there to see if he's got any room. And around the bend they come. Michael's trying to corral that horse to get it to run. I think he's going to win. I don't think he's going to get challenged for the W. He's not cutting everybody off. Looks like the 5-horse is trying to get into the mix, but it's going to be the 2-horse that hits the wire first, Terry. Not even close. And it's going to go 2, then 5, then 7, and 1. 2, 5, 7, and 1. Sorry that you did not get something other than the 2 on your daily double, Mr. Don Johnson, but still you got some money back. That's always a positive, right?
It is.
I mean, staying in the game is almost as important as winning the game. I'm actually happy that 2-horse went off too at 8-5 with the Breezy Dance being the favorite right there, because I had $30 to win on it. And that means through races 1 and 2, off to a already profitable start for the week, Terry.
That's right.
Because I get 110 for the daily double, the $10 double, and at 2-1, I should get close to $100 back. So I'm up about 90%. Where else can you do that and get some good laughs from Terry and I along the way? And I'm not talking about our picks, at least not so far today.
Nowhere.
Nowhere. Well, speaking of best bets, Terry's is coming up here in race number 7. So we'll tease that. But before we get to who Terry likes and why, we'll talk about what Terry's best bet is running for.
It's a 6 furlong race, claiming race, $7,500 claiming price, purse $20,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since January 28th.
So 6 furlongs in race number 7. You're looking for horses that have early speed, Terry. 31% of the time, the horse that gets the lead keeps the lead and never sees the tail of another horse. Rail bonus for heads or tails. 2 and 3 bonus, 4 through 7 a discount, 8 and out, a small discount, Terry. Speaking of heads or tails, when you do heads or tails, Terry, do you tend to call one all the time, or do you just go impulsively? How do you do it?
Oh, when I call heads, I just call the same one every time, heads.
Heads over and over and over again. All right.
Yeah.
I get it. Well, what we see in our race shape for race number 7, let's start there today. Let's see what Terry's best bet is up against. Well, most of the horses want to be. There was no 1 horse in that race, so that's why I didn't make my picks. I was wondering. But most of the horses, again, here probably want to be middle back. So maybe the 2, 6, or 9 have a little bit of edge on the front there, Terry. And it looks like 2 of those guys will be involved early, with 1 having the speed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the 2 has the most speed, followed by the 3 and then the 9. So.
And as far as being able to hit par, most of those horses have been able to do it so far, with just a couple close and only 1 red one.
Yeah, the only one that didn't was the 8. Everybody else, except for the 5 and 9 in the past, has exceeded or equaled the speed par number. But that 5 and 8 came within 5 points, and all of them show that they have a chance to do it today. The 3 and the 4 have the best chance to equal or exceed the par speed number today.
Yeah, both 3 and 4, along with the 2, showed better fractions last time out. The 4 had better early pace. The 3 horse had better late speed. All of them except the 7 are moving up a little bit in class in here. Terry, I don't know which one's your best bets, but I could see there's some value perhaps in this race.
Yeah, that's right. That 3 shows that it going off. It could 5-2 versus 7-2, and then the 4 has a really nice overlay, 9-5 to 6-1.
So indeed, there. Well, if you're looking for jockeys, only one totally green one in here.
Yeah, that's true. You've got the best jockeys, the 9, but the 4 and the 7 show like they're the best trainer. But I think the 7 is the best jockey trainer combination.
Yes, indeed. If we take a look too at our in-race advantages, looks like the 4 horse in here, which is also the simulation favorite, Lord Wins a Lot. The biggest in-race advantage of a 1 length edge over the rest of the field. You got the 3 and the 4. They're pretty much a tie, Terry, for your top total pace horses. About a 5-point length drop in there. So maybe the 3, if you look at our simulation odds too, Terry, those 2 stand out. I'm going to guess that one of the 3 or the 4 is your best bet, Terry. Take it away and end all of the suspense as long as my screen is not black anymore.
Well, I like the 3 Newdorf as my pick of the day, and I'm going for my second day in a row of winning my pick of the day. He won his last race at Parx Racing, highest last speed rating. He has a high percentage winning trainer and a good jockey, and he has a good 4 furlong workout on April 19th. That's a lot of boxes to mark. And then the 2, A Dangerous Guy, as my second choice. He's trained by Scott Lake, drops in class today, and has a good 4 furlong workout on April 17th. Lord Wins a Lot. The 4 has won his last race at Parx Racing, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. I like the 6 of my long shot. He finished 3rd in his last race, which is the high percentage winning trainer, and has a high percentage winning jockey. The last pick 4 for me is going to use the 2-3 with the 2-6 with the 2-4-5-7. Finish up with the 2-3-4-6-7-9, $48 ticket. I bet 20 to win, 20 to place, number 3. $5 exacta, 2, 4, 6, and 7 on top, with the 3 running second, and a $10 exacta, the 3 on top with the 2, 4, 6, and 7 running second. That's it for me.
Yeah, I had to jump out of there for a minute because when my screen went blank, I was no longer on the screen. Maybe that's that blessing for everybody else in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Need a price in the 3rd, right, Don? Well, maybe we get a price in the 3rd. Did you do like a pick 3 in there?
No, he did it. He did all again. Went 2 all with the double.
All right. Well, let's hope a price comes in for you in there, Don. I think Terry and I were talking many times about these strategies on how to win those horse racing contests, and I think if you can identify a horse right before or right after a race with, do we not? I don't know, some weird stuff going on. Anyway, I hope we're still live on X. I'm sorry if we're not, because I'm not seeing any viewers on X. I don't know what the heck that means, but what I would tell you is if you watch on X, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. If you watch on YouTube, make sure you subscribe on X. I think we're going to be loading up Instagram and a couple of others pretty shortly too in there. You love the 7 in this race. JW's 3rd Mischief. I think he was my very next pick in there too. I like the 3 horse too, Nerdorf. 4 consecutive speed figure increases in a row. That's usually a pretty good angle according to Barry Meadows. Better fractions last time out at 6 furlongs compared to 5.5 furlongs. So he went longer, ran faster, and he's going to get the most comfortable trip. Although Lord Wins a Lot was almost made my top selection in there. Simulation favorite, biggest in-race advantage with that 1 length late speed. I think the 9 horse, Partsy, here's a horse that's been kind of plodding along, and all of a sudden they switched to the top jockey at the track in Mikel Sanchez. So I really wonder what the story is of that. Is that a tell that horse is ready to go, or are they just hoping that maybe Mikel can get some more out of the horse? And then I was back and forth between the 6 horse and the 7 horse, and I went with the 6 horse, Brindisi. Trainer seems to be better at spotting his horses because he's winning at 31%, and about half of that for the trainer on the 7. Although with our good friend Bernie Knight coming in with the 7 horse in race 7, another cryptic code, I'm sure. probably blows up all of our pick fours in there, Terry. Mine is a 3-4 with the 2-4-6, with the 2-3-5-7, with the 2-6-7 and 9. 3 races to go. Race number 8, Terry. What's the conditions to get into the 8th spot?
Well, it's a mile and 70 yards, optional claiming race, $16,000 claiming price, purse $26,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for $16,000 or less, which have never won 3 races, or a claiming price of $16,000 and never won 3 races.
So at a mile and 70 yards on the main track in Pennsylvania, Bensalem. Again, speed, yes, nothing new with that. Early speed wins 35% of the time. It wins on the lead. Inside is better than outside in the 8th spot, Terry. So in race number 8, well, we do have 1 horse on the inside that's going to be flying.
Yep, that's that 2 horse followed up, along with the 4 horse. They could go head to head to that quarter pole if they both get a clean break. And then that looks like all for me.
Yeah, look at this. I love when my computer goes blank, because then I draw a circle here. It's not in the right place, right, Terry?
Nope.
And then boom, magic. There you go. Top last race speed figure, 7 points better for Mr. Bogan. Also seeing here, Terry, Mr. Bogan perhaps offers a little bit of a value.
It sure does. 9-5 to 5-1 on that 4. And then the 5 is a nice one too. 10-1 to 20-1.
And then par, as far as they're concerned, Terry, quite a few of them have made they get the green markings for this one.
That's right. All of them but the 7 show that they either equaled or exceeded the speed par number for last race, except for the 3 and 5 are maybes. They came within 5 points of doing that. And then all but the 7 look like they have a really good chance to either equal or exceed the speed par number for this race.
And the interesting thing about the 7, he's the only horse that was better across the board with its pace and fractions. 6 and 7 moving up in class. 4 horses moving down in class. Everybody else is holding firm. Does also look like that 4 horse with the simulation odd favorite and the early speed and the speed figure advantage and also another advantage, Terry.
It's the best trainer jockey combination according to the data.
He's also an e-horse, so it means he wants to be on the lead. He'll be on the lead. The 2 and 6, they can pilot or co-pilot. They should be right in that position. The 1 horse, right there as well. Everybody else wants to close. It looks like of the closers, the 5 horse is the one to focus on because he has the most late speed. If you're looking for a horse, Terry, that's going to get a race that matches its best performances in the closer bunch, there's a standout.
Yeah, the 3 is really nice. It's almost 71% C-zone score, so it should be very comfortable in this race, followed up by that 4.
Yeah, the 4 horse showing a lot of volatility. He's got the best race, and he's got the worst race in this group. So if the good horse shows up, he's your winner. If the bad horse shows up, well, he'll be walking to the finish line while the rest are, kind of already done and looking back at him. If you look at the average races in here, Terry, kind of looks like the inside 2 horses with the best average output. Our top total pace horses in here are the 4, the 2, the 1, the 4, 2, 6, and 1. Who are your top 4?
Okay, I like the 2, Sunday Spirit. He has finished in the money his last 10 races, so he's very competitive, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Real Conviction, the 6, won his last race at Parx Racing, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. He's my second pick. My third pick is 4, Mr. Bogan. He finished 3rd versus Tougher in his last race, has the highest speed figure at today's distance. His best start speed is fast among today's starters, drops in class today. Then I like the 1 as my long shot. He's finished 4th in his last race as the favorite, but has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 33% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again, and the rail post is winning at a 22% clip. No additional bets for me. I'm out of money.
I'm going to start with the 4 horse, Mr. Bogan, top last race speed figure, 7 points better than everybody else. It is your simulation favorite. Going to be on the lead, Terry. You're going to have to run that one down. But I am a little bit fearful that there could be some regression here. But if there is no regression, it's the one to beat. Sunday Spirit in the money, 9 out of 9 races at Parx. You can't beat that, right? That's perfect. And 6 out of 6 at the distance. Can't beat that either. My definition of perfect. Not all wins, though, unfortunately. Real Conviction, the 6 horse, is another one that's been dominant at Parx. 6 out of 6 in the money. and 2 out of 2 at the distance. And then finally, Exclusive Dancer. I put that one in there, Terry, because it was a tough call for me over Zappy Fish by N, especially with that rail inside out edge. But by far the top C zone. So this horse really should like the way this race sets up. My last $30 is going to go on the 4 to win. But as it stands right now, Terry, I need not worry about that because I'm already profitable on the day.
Yep.
Our good friend Private Ross says the 2-horse Sunday Spirit is his crypto code for the day. 2 races to go. That starts us off with the Daily Double, Terry. And in order to qualify for the Daily Double, what are the conditions these horses needed to meet?
Well, it's a 6.5 furlong, another optional claiming race, but it's a $50,000 claiming price, purse $42,000. It's for registered Pennsylvania-bred fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 Pennsylvania-bred races other than a maiden claiming or starter or a claiming price of $50,000.
As a boy who grew up in Pennsylvania, there's plenty fillies and mares that have good breeding in Pennsylvania. It's 6.5 furlongs that you're looking for are horses that have, guess what, Terry? Early speed.
Early speed, yeah.
Yes, indeed. It's a common refrain.
Start.
You know, the first 2 horses today on the lead all the way around the track. So maybe the speed bias has returned. 33% of the time, if it does return, we'll see another horse go wire to wire. Again, that same inside to outside advantage appears to be here with the post positions. In race number 9, we do see the most inner horse as the most early speed.
Yeah, that one shows lots of early speed compared to everybody else. Everybody shows a little speed, but the one has the most.
Yeah, he's going to absolutely be flying. And along with the one, everybody else in this race, except for maybe the 6, yeah, they have no problem in the past hitting a speed figure 89 or more. Terry, which ones today have the best chance to do it again?
Well, you can see there, all but the 6 have the best chance, but the 5 and the 7 have the best chance to do it again today. They've got the best par speed numbers.
Yeah, interestingly, the 5 has the best chance to do it with a maybe in there. So probably a little bit of standard deviation in there. You have the 3-horse, Jean Marie, your only class dropper in here, Terry. All of them except the 7 showing better early and mid pace last time out. Although the 1 and the 6, they also added late speed to it. Down in here are these 3, the 2, the 3, and the 4, better fractions. So if you're looking for horses improving, you have plenty of horses to choose from. It looks like you got plenty of good trockey combinations again.
That's right. The 2 has the best jockey, 4 best trainer, but the 2 looks like it has the best jockey trainer combination for this race.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about the 1. I don't have him in my picks, Terry, but the way this race shape sets up, it does look like it should favor early speed. The 1 horse is going to get out there, Terry. The question is he comfortable out there? And our C-Zone says he might not like being out on the lead by himself.
That's right. He's pretty low. He's a 0. The
as
4
low as you can go. I mean, I don't know if it's possible to go negative, but
I don't know either. But anyway, the 4 and the 6 show that they're going to be very comfortable in this race.
Mm-hmm. We do have a horse that has a pretty big top total pace advantage. That's the 5 horse in there, Terry. ET's Moon Maiden, the only horse. I mean, it's a maiden in there, maybe on that. One of the top par plus numbers. So maybe the 5 horse today can get over par, or maybe the others run a point or 2 below. Which one do you think scores the W to start the late double?
Well, I like the 7 Pure Lure. She finished in the money in 8 career races, winning 3 of those starts. So really good horse. And she has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 31% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route to a sprint. She has a high percentage winning jockey as well. Then that 5 you were talking about, ET's Moon Maiden, it's my second choice, won her last race at Parx Racing, has the highest last speed rating, and she has the highest high percentage winning trainer and has high percentage winning jockey Paco Lopez.
And then say it right.
Paco Lopez. Is that better?
Yes, better. It's a little better.
Okay. Number 2, Mia Tosca is my third choice. She ran second versus Tupper in her last race, drops in class today, and she has a high percentage winning trainer, switches to high percentage winning jockey. Uptown Girl, our Uptown Girl, the 4 is my long shot. She has won 3 races out of her last 4 starts, so she loves winning. at Parx Racing. She has a high percentage winning, a high speed favorite at today's distance, and a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I don't have any more money left, so no additional bets for me here.
Pure Lure, the 7-horse, also Terry making the top of my list. The reason I like the 7-horse at the top of my list is because horse has a pretty good chance to improve in the third start after layoff. Mia Tosca, the 2-horse. That one is Mikel Sanchez, Jamie Ness. Coming off the bench, Terry, the last time this horse came off the bench, it won. And you can't get a better racing combination chalky of Ness Sanchez. The speed horse, E.T.'s Moon Maiden, that's my third choice. Sim favorite, top total pace, 6 points. And as you mentioned, Terry, Paco Lopez. And then finally, Jeanne Marie should be part of the early speed in there, that 3-horse, Terry, and has some of her best workouts ever getting ready for the first start after a layoff. I got no money either, my man. Literally. And then finally, the last race for today is race number 10. Again, unfortunately, tomorrow we will be off. I have, every now and then family and life matters pop up. And when they do, they take precedence. So I will be off enjoying the day a little bit with my son before he goes off to an alumni event. And then I'll be back on Wednesday with Terry. Hopefully on Wednesday, too. At least that's the target date right now. Over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet, we will have our Kentucky Derby, Kentucky Oaks wagering guide available, along with the pay sheet. So all the data that you see here available will be available for every race on Friday and Saturday to help you better manage and handicap your selections for the big weekend at Churchill Downs. The only place you'll be able to get it is a Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There's a link in the description below. We've already given you a free winner in race number 1 at Fairground at Finger Lakes today, which is the free track of the day. Make sure you take advantage of that.
Actually hit the trifecta and double, too. I mean, the exacta.
All right, well, how about that, folks? Make sure you take a look at it. It's free. Why not, right?
That's right.
And then, of course, in just a few minutes when the show's over, on the homepage of horseracingtoday.net, there will be right here a picture along with the headline for Parx Picks. Click on that. Come down into here. It would be a race replay, Terry's comments, my comments, and then please kindly hit the HRT gear. Get yourself a Horse Racing Today hat, T-shirt, something to support the show and look your best. Hopefully, we can help pay for all that and the 20% off, Terry, with a winner to close out the show in race number 10.
All right. So in race 10, we have 6 furlongs, claiming race, $25,000 claiming price, purse $32,000. For fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since January 28th, claiming races for $16,000 or less, not considered, or which have never won 4 races.
So again, speed on the inside. It's the best place to go. Filtered Light does get a little bit of an advantage in there. 2 and 3 get an edge over the 4 through 7. 8 and out, they almost come back to running fairly, Terry. So for the last time until Wednesday, who's going to have the lead early on Monday?
Well, as you see there, the 6 has double the speed of everything else in there, though they all show some kind of speed. So if the 6 gets a clean break, should get to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, and we see a lot of horses, everybody with some chance, most of which have already crossed the 84 speed barrier, Terry. But today, who's got the best chance to do it again?
Well, it looks like to me the 9 shows the best chance, but they all have pretty good information, percentages except for that 4. So it's possible for several of these to equal or exceed the best speed number.
Indeed. And then as far as our overlays are concerned, it looks like we got a real sharp one in here, perhaps.
That's right. The first of all, the 3 is 7-2 to 5-1, but that 9 is a nice 9-5 to 3-1. So,
and that 9's got the perfect name. She talks too much. It's also our simulation favorite in there, and it also has the biggest in-race advantage there, Terry. 16 points. Again, 5 points equals 1 length. So that has more than a 3 length, like 3 and a head of a late speed advantage over the rest of the field. So if that 9 horse, she talks too much, is anywhere near the front runners when they come out of the corner, she's going to go bye-bye. 1 length total pace advantage in there, Terry. It does look like the 9 has a good trainer too, but maybe a little bit iffy on the jockey side.
Yeah, that's right. The 7 to me has got the best jockey trainer combination for this race.
Yeah, it looks like the 2 horses in that mix too. 2 horse only class riser. You got the 8 and 9 along with the 4 dropping a little bit in class. Otherwise, everybody else maintaining their positions. The 9 horse here, another advantage, Terry, in that everybody wants to be middle forward, except for the 4 and 9. That could set up kindly for a closer, although only one of these horses with a comfort zone over 50.
Yeah, the 2 looks like it's going to be the most comfortable in this race, followed up by the 7 and then the 6.
And then our average races in here, you see you're pretty tightly knit in there, though that 9 horses average race is the highest of them all. Looks like the 2 and the 9 have the most upside in there, Terry. They're also a part of our top 4 total pace. But the question is, does the 9 at the 9-5 favorite with that huge late speed advantage, does anybody beat that horse to the finish line?
Well, I like the 2 over the 9. Golden Moonlight won her last race at Parx Racing, has the highest last race speed rating, and she has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Then I like the 6, Love to Eat, finished in the money in 4 races out of 5 starts at Parx Racing, won 1 of the starts, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. Busting Down the Doors, the 7's my third choice, has a high percentage winning trainer, switches to high percentage winning jockey Paco Lopez. Paco Lopez. Number 4, Miss MM is my long shot. Finished 3rd versus similar in her last race. She has the highest speed vigor at today's distance. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and I have the 9 as my first alternate.
So I'm going to go with the 2 horse 2, Dream Chaser, Golden Moonlight, Sanchez and Ness. Good shot to be a better improved horse in the second off the bench. Love to Eat. Well, that one loves to eat on the lead. Will be the pace setter. Better across the board with its pace last out. She Talks Too Much. That one, Terry, has that huge late speed advantage of more than 3 lengths. Really consistent performer, too. And then Busting Down the Doors, the 7 horse, Paco. That horse has some upside, so why not put Paco in there? No additional bets for me. Again, off tomorrow, folks. So we apologize for that in advance. We will miss you. We thank you for your comments today. Stick around for just a couple more seconds here because race 3 is about to get going. Just a reminder, of course, this is Kentucky Derby week. We will have our picks, our thoughts, our comments, our wagering guide, all of the above, and the smart sheets available. Make sure you head on over to Guaranteed Tip Sheet to take advantage of all that. I'm going to try to make it the biggest race weekend we can. We may not be perfect, but I promise you we will be prepared. All right, so race number 3 right now, Terry. If we take a look at our sheet, let's see if we can find any value in race number 3. Well, the 3 is the 3-5 favorite right now, Terry. So we don't want that one to win for Don Johnson.
No,
that's
you don't.
For sure. And let's see. It looks like, well, we get a little bit of value with the 1 horse. Looks like we get a lot of value with the 4 horse. The 4 horse looking like it's the biggest value in the race.
Yep.
Melodia, although that one is a no. Well, the 2 horse, Miss Chamita, a pretty bad break. As we predicted, the 5 and the 1, the 6, those are your first 3 horses. 4 horses in the mix there too, along with the 3, so not too bad. If you're looking for speed, I find these sheets to be very helpful in that respect. You just got to be careful that the 5 and the 1 don't smoke each other out, Terry, which I think is possible.
Yeah, it sure is.
They both look like they're a little, well, you know what? They're really not running that fast. The 25-second opening quarter, so that's pretty much on the slow side between Tomer and the 1 horse. And if those 2 continue the speed trend of the day today, one of those 2 could find themselves in the winner's circle. How do we do in our pick 4s? 1, 2, 3, and 5. You got the 3 and 5. So you need that 5 horse to run away from the pack right here.
I certainly do at 14-1. So
yeah, I got him in there too. So I'm hoping he goes around the track at 5-1 as well.
Yep.
All right, hold on. I'm in the wrong race. Race 2. 1, 2, 3, and 5. Yes, you need the 5. I'm sorry. So race 4. Well, the 3 horse, well, that favorite has decided he wants to get involved. I think he's going to run by everybody, and it ain't going to be close after that, Terry.
He's 2-5 too. So,
well, it's too bad because what race are we in? 3, right?
Yeah.
All right, race 3. Yeah, he's going to go 2. The 3 horse is just smoking everybody. And then after that, the 5 horse, not close. It's too bad for our friend Don Johnson that the 3, then 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2.
Yeah, you got the
Yeah, I got the 8-cent superfecta. It's the only time you bet 10 cents, you get less than 10 cents back.
yeah.
Possible. But what are you going to do? All right, here are our full picks for today. So far, let's see. The first race, the 7-horse one.
Yep.
Second race, the 2-horse one. The third race, the 3-horse one. So,
Yep.
Terry, perfect card so far. Let's see if you can make it through 10 races.
It'd be nice.
It would be indeed. Hopefully, some of them pay a little bit more than we've seen so far, though. That 2-horse, though, wasn't the favorite, so that's a pretty good pick. And they went off at 8-5. The 3 ended up being the favorite in that spot. So we're both alive in our pick 4s. I'm already up a little bit on my wagering for the day. I got another bet coming up in race number 4 with the 5-horse. And then our pick 4s are right there. Race 5, no picks. Race 6, no picks. Race 7, Terry has his best bet of the day with the 3-horse. And then and of course our pick 4s. And then race 8, I'm going to put the last of my $30 on the 4-horse, Mr. Bogan, to win. And if either one of it could be a really nice day if 1 or 2 of those horses that are left pull off the W. All right, Terry, go ahead.
That'll be really nice. So
yeah, well, hopefully it happens. Any final thoughts from you before we get a day off and come back on Wednesday, getting prep for the biggest weekend of racing?
Yeah, since we get a day off tomorrow, that'd be a great day to work on the Kentucky Derby and the Oaks. Anybody doing that, I'm sure happy that you're going to do that, and I hope you do very well. Other than that, we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah, and then, of course, we'll have our racing SmartSheets available, a very guaranteed tip sheet to help fine-tune as you head into Friday and Saturday to perhaps find some value with our overlays. If you're looking for speed, which horses have the best chance to get to the front, which horses are showing improvement coming into the big races, which horses are likely to get a very comfortable trip. And I think with these big fields, getting a good trip could be a big key to finding yourself at least finishing in the money. Again, that should all be up. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I can get all the work done by Wednesday. If not, should be by Wednesday night at the latest. All right, folks, that wraps it up for today, this Money Monday. We'll see you again on Wednesday. But no matter what happens between now and then, we certainly hope you have God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing that you do till we meet again finds its way to the
winner's circle.
Indeed. Make it a fantastic Money Monday. See you on Hump Day.